everybody. My name is Levi Mitchell, and I will be speaking to you about the discovery of a new species of Spinosaurus. Yeah. So, let's get started. Life on our planet has been around for hundreds of millions of years, and with that much time, some pretty crazy creatures have bound to come into existence. One popular crazy looking creature is the Spinosaurus. According to an article in Geology Today by Joe Sternberg King and Jack Thomas Rhodes Wilkin, Spinosaurus is a genus of dinosaur that lived around 98 to 92.5 million years ago in northern Africa. According to a 2022 article by Paul Sereno and others, the genus primarily ate fish and was bipedal, meaning it stood on its back legs, and semi-aquatic, living in coastal environments. If you know about the Spinosaurus, you probably know about the massive sail that juts out of its back, and until very recently, that was the only main characteristic of the iconic genus. Prior to this year, there was only one species that was included into the genus, that being Spinosaurus aegypticus. While the genus is very well known and studied, there were still many questions floating around about the life and look of the animal. For example, nobody quite sure knew exactly how Spinosaurus hunted, with theories ranging from being submerged under the water fully like a crocodile to wading around shallow shores like a heron. Some of these questions, however, have had light shed onto them after the discovery of a second new species called Spinosaurus mirabilis. In the deserts of Niger, a team composed of the previously mentioned Paul Sereno discovered the remains of the new species earlier this year, bringing our species total count to two. Sereno was the head of this mission and was already a well respected in his field, and as of now is kind of the leading expert on the species, and his name will show up later. The discovery of a new species of Spinosaurus on its own would be quite groundbreaking, but the uniqueness of this one in particular made it even more extraordinary. On the skulls of the specimens of Mirabilis discovered, there was a very large crest sticking out between the eyes of the animal. This new discovery helped to answer a few questions. One such being that the skull shape suggested the animal hunted more like a heron than a crocodile. However, it mostly left us with more questions than it answered. For example, it didn't help to answer questions such as the purpose of the sail found on the genus and added on a new question entirely. What's the purpose of the head crest? What similarities it shows to other species with head crests, the leading theory is that it may have been a display piece, possibly to help attract mates. With time, these questions may be answered, but only time will tell. Oh, gosh, excuse me. Having more data sets, that being new species, is a step in the right direction of unraveling the mystery of the genus nonetheless. Now that Mirabilis has been established, we can dig a little deeper on what makes them different compared to Aegypticus, aside from the crest. One large difference between the two is the shape of the snout, which is lower in Mirabilis than it is on Aegypticus. According to a 2026 article by Paul Sereno, Mirabilis specimens were also discovered far more inland than Aegypticus specimens, suggesting that they were less water dependent than Aegypticus, who is normally found closer to water. The size of Mirabilis seemed to have been smaller than Aegypticus as well. Many of the differences between the two species included a lot of scientific jargon that can get lost in the weeds. However, the differences between the two species is quite evident simply by looking at the two. No matter how you slice it, Spinosaurus is an incredible group of animals with many unique characteristics. The discovery of Mirabilis gives us hope that unanswered questions surrounding Spinosaurus may soon be answered. But until that time comes, all we can do is speculate. The story of Spinosaurus is still being written, and hopefully in our lifetimes it will have finally reached its conclusion. I hope you enjoyed this informative speech, and hope you found it interesting. Thank you, and goodbye.